Martin was only 19 when he met Jay, a 50-year-old man he found through an app. Neither of them imagined that this simple connection would change their lives forever. For almost a month, they exchanged careful messages. They avoided showing their faces. But every word, every emoji, every pause carried meaning. Laughter shared across screens. Confessions whispered through text. Moments of silence that somehow felt like understanding. They were building something invisible, yet powerful. Finally, they decided to meet. The place was a quiet cafe. Martin's heart raced as he stepped inside, scanning the room. And then he saw Jay, standing with a calm smile, his eyes warm and steady. For a moment, time seemed to stop. They sat across from each other, small cups of coffee steaming between them. The words flowed idly, laughter bubbled up, and little by little, the nervous tension melted away. By the time they left, they'd exchanged numbers, taking the first step towards something neither of them had predicted. In the weeks that followed, their meetings became a routine, ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. They wandered through city streets, sometimes hand in hand, sometimes just side by side, talking about everything and nothing. Martin noticed how Jay's eyes lit up at his favorite pastry in a bakery. Jay noticed Martin's quiet patience when life became complicated. They shared playlists, argued gently about movies, and sometimes spent hours in deep conversations, exploring their thoughts and dreams. Jay taught Martin patience, perspective, how to see beyond the immediate, how to face life's challenges with calm strength. In return, Martin taught Jay to laugh more freely, to embrace the unexpected, to find joy in the small things. They celebrated birthdays, cooked meals side by side, and when they argued, they always made up with tenderness, learning the art of compromise and forgiveness. 4 years passed. Each moment added another layer to their bond. A rainy afternoon became a memory of laughter. A quiet movie night became a memory of comfort, and a simple hug in the middle of a busy day became a memory of belonging. They lived their love fully, sometimes in private, sometimes in the quiet acknowledgement of friends and family who could see the authenticity of their connection. But then came the moment when life demanded change. Martin had been accepted to study in the United States. Pride and excitement filled him, but so did fear and sorrow. He didn't want to leave Jay behind, yet he knew this path was important for his future. The day of the farewell arrived. The airport was bustling, rolling suitcases, announcements echoing, passengers rushing past, but for them, the world felt suspended. Every gesture, every glance, every touch carried the weight of years together. "I don't want to leave. I don't want this to end," whispered, resting his forehead on Jay's shoulder, his hand clutching Jay's tightly. "Neither do I," Jay replied softly, "but this doesn't erase what we've had. I've learned so much with you." His voice trembled as he brushed Martin's hair gently. "And I've learned from you," Martin said, his voice breaking but firm. "Patience, love, and how to truly live." Tears slid down Martin's cheeks. "I never thought the age difference would matter so much, but what we had was real." The boarding call sounded a harsh reminder of reality. Martin had to step away, but their fingers stayed intertwined for a few last heartbeats. Jay raised his hand slowly, a silent gesture of farewell. Martin turned back once more, meeting Jay's gaze for the final time. In that glance were all the smiles, all the hugs, all the ordinary and extraordinary moments they had shared. 4 years, distilled into one look. As Martin walked through the gate, the noise of the airport returned. Rolling luggage, distant chatter, the hum of life moving on. But for them, time had frozen. They had loved, they had learned, they had grown together. The age difference that might have seemed like a barrier to others had become a gift, a chance to understand, to teach, to nurture, and to cherish another soul. Sometimes, loving someone means letting them go, and though their paths now led in different directions, the love they shared remained alive, intact, and unforgettable. Every smile, every whispered word, every quiet, shared moment would remain in their hearts forever. Theirs was a connection that distance could not diminish, a love that would echo in memory for a lifetime. And if you have a story of your own, send it to us. We might turn it into a video. This is Soul Connections.